Greetings, I'm Laird Staszewski, curator and one of the 20 authors of our anthology, 20 Lives Ignited. It was 8 months ago that I first found out what an anthology was. It's several authors collaborating to come up with their stories all in one book under one theme. My anthology features 20 strong, amazing women who overcame obstacles on their own to create their own success. Our mission is to inspire girls, women of all ages, and especially women over 60, because you're never too old and it's never too late to be who you want to be, to achieve your dreams and goals. My chapter title is Reinventing Myself and Never Give Up, because we've only just begun at 60, and at age 71, I can attest to that. So we know that you're going to enjoy these wonderful stories from these amazing authors. You'll be pleasantly surprised and inspired. So we thank you for being here with us.
Hi, I'm Thasia Ann, and my chapter is Colorblind. Abused women are some of the most perfect women in the whole world because they are trying not to be abused again. Linda Lyons King. Things had escalated at home and he was becoming more and more violent. My life was in danger. He had come home and shoved my face under water when I was washing dishes because he was angry dishes weren't done. 2 weeks later, he was driving me to work at a very high rate of speed. He squealed the car to a stop in the middle of the highway, jumped out, pulled a bayonet out of his pants, and ran around to the back of the car to stab both back tires. I hopped out of the car and started sprinting toward town as fast as I could. When he started to chase after me, I knew I would die.
Hi, I'm Shelley Chicas, and I'm one of the authors of 20 Lives Ignited. My chapter is entitled Behind the Mask. It's a journey from here to heaven, and it's a good rule of journeying to travel light. M. Scott Peck. One night I was leaving the dollar movie theater, my place of solitude. It was the one thing that I could afford that provided me with some alone time. 2 hours to enjoy watching a movie, a small Coke, and a popcorn that I didn't have to share. Well, with keys in hand, I was headed back to my van. I felt a hand cover my mouth and a strong grip of an arm wrapped around my waist. I could smell cologne and alcohol as I was lifted and carried across the parking lot to my van.
Hi, my name is Dr. Gay Anderson Miller, and the title of my chapter is Now I Know. Sometimes you have to get hit in the face with a baseball bat a few times before you realize how good you look with your teeth capped. My first baseball bat came when I took a big career risk and accepted a position as the first female head of an organization. Unfortunately, the job was sabotaged by a group of very powerful men. I was devastated, and after I got out of my pajamas, I decided to work on a PhD at a university out of town. And during all of this, I really wanted a baby. I tried 9 years. And I found out at this university hospital, I could get free pregnancy IVF treatments. And during my studies, I tried IVF 4 times. And guess what? The 4th time worked. At the age of 41, I had a baby girl. Teeth capped. Baseball bats will come your way at any age, so don't be afraid to take a hit and get your teeth capped. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jody Aurier. I'm one of the authors in 20 Lives Ignited, and my chapter is Chapter 5, How to Get to Paris Like a Pro. How I completely screwed up my 60th birthday going to Paris, how I missed the flight because I was drunk and I lost my wallet, I lost my passport, I lost 800 euro in the airport, and I didn't get to go on the plane with my friends. There's a quote. It's by James Allen. Calmness of mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom. It is the result of long and patient effort in self-control. Its presence is an indication of ripened experience and of a more than ordinary knowledge of the laws and operation of thought. I leave you with that. Enjoy the book. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Susan Nyberg-Dunton, author of Finding Me. First, my favorite quote. We must be willing to give up the life we've planned so as to have the life that is waiting for us. Joseph Campbell. Nobody knew I drove to work in tears most days. Nobody knew my husband was verbally abusive. But who in their right mind would give up on a 40-year relationship? Not me. I just needed to make new plans. Then, wham, out of nowhere, I was diagnosed with invasive ductal carcinoma. That really did not fit into my plans.
I'm Valerie Weaver, and the title of my chapter is Small Town Jewel. I grew up in a very small town, Leaper, Pennsylvania, with just a blinker light. And I ended up landing in Erie, and I've been in Erie for 36 years. In 1992, I went out on my own to be an entrepreneur. And boy, was there a lot of lessons learned along the way. Many challenges, but I overcome them all. And I firmly believe that if you follow your passion and your purpose, you will be successful. One of the biggest challenges for me was COVID. 2020. I had to totally change my business model and learn technology and go virtual. But you know, I did it and I was successful. I now have a skill set that I never had. So my mantra to live by is always get up, dress up, show up, and never give up.
Hi, my name is Vicki Mars. The chapter that I wrote is called One Bold Move. The reason I entitled my chapter One Bold Move is because I truly believe that there are circumstances in our lives that require one bold move. Not the thinking and rethinking and asking advice and thinking again and sleeping on it kind of thing, but a decision that needs to be made right away. Very often those decisions lead us to the best circumstances of our life. I hope you enjoy my One Bold Move. I hope you enjoy the book, and I wish you all the best in your life.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Janet Kassir, and the name of my chapter is Because I Knew You. It was an evening like all others as we sat on the veranda with my husband and my new Lebanese family. All at once, an explosion ripped through the darkness, and all one could hear was the loud ringing in your ears. The muffled screams in a foreign language that I could not understand. All I could see through the smoke were shadows of my family members helping me to find my way to safety. So tonight, as you watch this video, I will be in the same country and in the very same village that this life-changing event took place over some 40 years ago. Never before would I have thought I would ever make this journey again. So cheers to you all. Have one on me tonight. And walk through your fears.
Hi, I'm Valerie Baltzer. My chapter is Life is an Ever-Changing Adventure. My quote from Maya Angelou, my mission is not to survive, but to thrive, and to do it with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. My excerpt, the energy in this place and the panoramic views of the James River were awesome. And then one day it happened during a yoga session. I was lying on my back in Shavasana, and the instructor said there's nothing left to do. And that's when it happened. The tears, the floodgates opened. The tears came. They came for the first time in I don't know how long. And that's an excerpt from my chapter. The one thing I want you all to know is that it doesn't matter who's sitting next to you, where they are in their lives, that person sitting next to you has a story. They have had adventures that none of us even realize. We've all experienced these traumas that we don't even realize. Stay strong, be brave, and carry on as best you can.
Hi, I'm Teresa Ream, and I'm one of 20 authors in 20 Lives Ignited. You'll hear kids and dogs in the background because, well, that's my life. My chapter is titled, Let Your Story Find You, and in it you will find yourself. The quote is, the weakest part of your life can become the strongest part of your story. Dear seeker, there is a great power that lies within our stories. Some of our stories will be deeply influenced by our mothers, grandmothers, and people who either enriched our lives or were destructive influences. When we neglect to get in touch with our stories, we go through our lives not totally understanding the place called our soul home. Some stories go untold, and some are never made known to even us. When we don't know our stories, we are not rooted and can easily be blown here and there by the opinions of others. I believe this is mostly true for us women. Our instincts are cut away. We are taught to behave and not be ourselves. We are rendered deluded somehow through a stifling domestication that causes us to lose self-protection against predators and vampires in people's clothing. Thank you.
Aloha, everyone. It is Tarifa Wenry. I'm honored to be co-author of 20 Lives Ignited. Here's a clip from my story in the chapter, Rise Above and Smile. The thoughts race around my head from the shock of the impact. Why was this happening to me? I ran to the bathroom and looked in the mirror. My face was swollen. Obviously, my jaw was broken. It was severely shifted. I was telling myself, my life is over. Well, thanks for listening. You're gonna have to pick up the book and read my chapter. Thank you so much for all your support and your love. Love ya.
Hello, my name is Remley Peck, and the name of my chapter is Stay the Course. As I change my thoughts, the world around me changes. Quote by Louise L. Hay. You know what? I've come to the conclusion that the major theme in my life should be stay the course. In other words, stay strong and carry on no matter what. Just keep showing up. Things will work out. Every time I heard those words as a child growing up in the 50s, I just had to laugh. Things are going to work out okay, honey, my grandmother would say to me after some catastrophe in my life. Just stay the course. Right, Remley? I'd look at her and I'd roll my eyes and I'd say, yeah, right, Gram. But truth be told, my Gram was right. I just didn't know it then. Thank you.
I'm Heidi Park Herner, and my chapter is It's Your Time to Shine. Do you have a whispering in your soul? There's something inside of you that says, I want more. I had a dream as a little girl, but life got in the way. I'm here, and my chapter is about reminding you it's never too late to be who you always wanted to be. That's the beautiful part of this book, Women Over 60, that we are trusting ourselves. We are listening to that inner voice inside that says, it's my time to shine, to make an impact, to be inspirational. That's a sign, that whispering in your soul, that there's more. We need you. And I am so excited to say, I'm ready to shine right along with you. Won't you join us? It's your time to shine.
Hi everyone, my name is Bonnie Conley, and the name of my chapter is The Warrior Within. It was an early morning in April of 2008. At first, I wasn't sure. I thought, am I dreaming? What is that sound? I was sure I heard something. It sounds like a knock at the front door. Finally, when I rolled out of bed to go explore, it was a knock at the door. When I opened it, to my surprise, there stood a state trooper. I thought, oh no, what has happened? What could have possibly happened? Sean, our older son, was the prodigal child, and he was always getting into trouble. But it was far worse than we could have possibly imagined.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to our event. My name is Peggy Schwab, and I am footloose and fancy-free. And yes, that is the title of my chapter I would love for all of you to share. I stood on my grandfather's size 12 shoes at 3 years old, and I learned to jitterbug. I remember feeling something magical in my whole body, and I loved it. One could say I was born to move, and I'm still teaching and dancing during the day and shining like a star with my Park Lane business at night. For now, I'll keep on dancing.
Welcome, I'm Sydney Amakuchi. I am one of the 20 authors in 20 Lives Ignited. My story is extremely personal. It may resemble yours in aspects. We all are on the same journey. We are on a journey to learn, to live, and to thrive. When I was 36 years old, I had something known as basilar arterial dysfunction, BAD, and it really was bad. I had an 11-year-old son, an 8-year-old son, and a 6-month-old. What does basilar arterial dysfunction do? It shuts you down. Any of us who have had a near-death experience does have life become altered immediately. This is a story of how my life was altered, the changes that took place, and how I fought and struggled to come back to what was going to be a new norm.
Hi, my name is Vicki Jones, and I feel so honored and so blessed by God to be one of 20 authors of a book entitled 20 Lives Ignited. The name of my chapter is Yes, I Can, Yes, You Can, and Yes, We Can. In my chapter, I talk about opening a restaurant at the height of a pandemic right in downtown Erie, Pennsylvania. There were many challenges. It was a scary time. We didn't know exactly what was going to happen, but through perseverance, through prayer, and through the ability to just not give up, we were able to maintain and even expand our restaurant. And so what I would like to encourage you through reading this book is, yes, I can, yes, you can, and yes, we can.
I'm Tani Falunas-Ralston, and the name of my chapter in 20 Lives Ignited is Thriving Through Anxiety. I've suffered from some form of anxiety my whole life. At times it's been debilitating and knocked me to my knees. Yet despite it, I've actually had a pretty amazing life, and I truly attribute this to courage, the courage I've had to feel my fear and do it anyway. And also my success has come from starting my inner healing journey work when I was around 28 and committing courageously to working through the layers of fear and terror that was in my body and my mind. As one of my clients said recently, because I work with clients with anxiety and pain, because that's what I've been through, I am so happy not to pretend, repress, or push through anymore. She said, I now have choice and know what is fear and what's my intuitive voice. And I've had the same experience. My anxiety has taught me to make peace within myself, catch that out of control spinning mind, and learn to trust and listen deeply to the messages that come within my amazing body intelligence.
Hello, my name is Tammy Ward, and my chapter's title is A Mother's Journey, Finding Peace, Success, and Purpose. I could hear my dad, the supreme optimist, saying, attitude is everything, Tammy Sue, and it will make or break you. I chose to have a positive one, and it is a choice. We can't choose what happens to us, but we can choose how we react to it, and therefore how it affects us. It's one of the few things in life we can control, and I was about to learn that all too well. So if you want to find out what was about to spin out of control in my life, how I overcame it, and it led to a greater purpose, grab yourself a copy of 20 Lives Ignited.